Looks like we're all set for another day and another stream. So this stream is just to be setting up for the next stream. I'm gonna try to knock out everything that we have left prior to Threshold. So I don't know why this is still here. We've definitely done that. So yeah, it may not be a very long stream. We're gonna do Grey Boar's quest and go back to Relu's laboratory. And that way we can just focus the entirety of the next stream on Threshold and wrap up the run. Yeah, oh, that's right, you can't pre-buff, can you? Okay, well we have potions at least, so we can pop a few of those. It's gonna pop everything. I'm never gonna use these anyway. I don't need that one. I should pop that one instead. Oh, that won't help him. You pretty much safely use all the blue potions, or the turquoise potions. These are all protections of some kind. Or removal spells. Which I don't need. Alright. Probably as good as it's gonna get. It's a lot of buffs.
Is my life.
So maybe he'll survive the fight. Alright, so to go prepare the trap. Really wish that,
Precisely.
the dwarves didn't have such silly running animations in this game. I feel like if they were enlarged, they'd lumber more than whatever this is.
I'll do as you tell me.
It'd be more of a lope, maybe? I guess... well, they run the same way regardless.
Waste not a minute.
Alright, I think that's it.
This is my line of work. This is my line of work.
Oh, what did I miss? I think one of these trees gets felled. I think it's this one.
Follow your instinct. This is my line.
That's be terrifying. Like, my character has this huge aura around him, which I know is from Clemency of Shadows. But who would attack a guy like that? He's surrounded by a glowing aura. Hey, a Trickster option. Let your head theatrically. You've got me. Oh no, I am disgraced. How can I bring myself to look Pharasma in the eye after this? Yes, you've been outwitted, outsmarted, outmaneuvered. Horzala doesn't sound quite as confident as before. Baal uncontrollably. I failed the crusade. No. All of Galarian. No. The entire multiverse. What's wrong with him? Hey, Commander. Isn't it time to stop with the theatrics? They aren't just theatrics, right? Fall to your knees and wring your hands. If I could have but one last wish, I'd beg you to forget me until the end of time. Even the letters of my name should be struck from the alphabet. The face of the demons who set this trap turned sour, taking on a greenish hue. Several cringe, some spit on the ground in disgust, and others are overcome with nausea. This crowd clearly has no appreciation for art, especially not the subtle genre of tragicomedy. You're disgusting. Even the thought of killing you is nauseating. Give him a good beating before you finish him off. Alright, the rest of it's generic.
Let's make this quick. Simply business.
Burn! Slice!
Night. It's your time.
With your head! May I see your entrails, please?
And two-shot Horzala. So I wonder if you don't have Greyboar's loyalty at this stage. If you still get to play as him and set up the ambush, or if you just walk into it directly with him. It says good, but I think this is fairly chaotic too, to let her go. I'm sure Greyboar would disapprove.
This is my line of work.
Alright, does Yaz... Oh, we won't know if he drops anything unique until we get back.
This
Oh,
way.
cool. We'll get back to Dresden, we'll speak to Greyboar, and then we'll head to Aurilu's laboratory. So I wonder what that's used for too. So we have this item. I don't remember attending a Sarkorian wedding. We still have this, the Blade of No Escape. Maybe this is tied to land somehow? So we found it, but he wasn't in our party. Huh. Oh no.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Is that the commander who entered the lair of assassins unafraid, wreaking havoc and personally murdering everyone in sight? Why, yes, I think it is him. Well, beer is on me today, just like I promised. There, of course, but he no longer has weapons like Horsala's Assassin's Guild at his command. And the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth are no match for them. I don't think you need to be wary of any more attacks. Well, maybe a little, perhaps. But I never violate the terms of my contracts. Justice, villainy, loyalty, treachery, all these words carry no meaning for me anymore. But my reputation, for that, I will put my life on the line. Being true to my word is one of the few virtues that I hold in high regard. I don't carry it around in my pack during my countless travels, but it's always with me. It's not about loyalty. It's just business, and... But perhaps you are right about that. I like you. I rarely say that to people, and almost never to my employers. But here we are. I enjoy traveling with you, and I would have felt regret if you had died. Apparently our adventures together have made me overly sentimental. They say that the Assassin's Guild of Elutionira, of which I pride myself of being a member, has recently lost its leader. I, on the other hand, have been honing my demon-slaying skills to perfection over the past few months. When this whole thing with the world wound is over, I'll return there and try to become one of the aristocrats of Illusionera. That is what they call themselves, if I remember correctly.
So that's what the assassins call themselves? Because we ran across aristocrats in Illusionera who attacked us on the streets. So I wonder if they were hired assassins. It was one of the tougher fights too. It was in the upper city, over towards Safamelek's house, mansion, home, manse, abode.
I will reside there in luxury, bathe in the gossip about my notorious misdeeds, and take assignments from the Crusaders at a hefty discount. If the demons are trying to occupy our Galarian, why shouldn't we mortals repay them by occupying a part of their realm? Same goes for you. I never regretted getting involved with you, even though the whole thing seemed like a utter failure at times. Now, quite the opposite. My career is booming at present. First, I have an opportunity to work with you and participate in a truly fascinating adventure, which is going to lift my reputation to new heights. Second, I've just joined a very formidable Assassin's Guild. There is a lot more for me to achieve as a professional, and I will only start thinking about retirement and the peaceful life of a commoner when I'm past my prime. Anyway, fortune doesn't favor those who think too much about tomorrow instead of living in the present. Right now, I'm fighting the world wound under your command. As for what happens next, we'll just have to see. Yes, my little Mora. Do you think she would want to see me again after all these years? What would she think of me if I told her how I'd been earning my bread all this time? That I left her to do this kind of work? I'm afraid to hear the answers. I only hope that she will be able to forgive me if I ever get the chance to see her again. Now, I am going to tell you a very important secret. You must not disclose it to anyone, no matter the circumstances. I think the simple truth is that I love my job. Yes, I suppose I have the spirit of a killer, but there's nothing I can do about that. Perhaps I'll even kill you too, if you tell any of my potential employers what I just told you. Well then, it's all settled. All hail me, the fearsome leader of the Assassin's Guild from the depths of the abyss. You know, I've never tried to tell anyone which path in life they must choose. Sure, I'm always happy to show the way to the realm of Pharasma, but that's an exception. Thank you for not giving me any orders, or pushing me to make a certain choice. An attitude like that is a very rare thing in our world, and I appreciate it greatly. You know, Commander, I've always thought that I was a loner by nature. I don't like people. I don't give a damn about them. They don't give a damn about me. And that's how it's always been, until I met you. Are an exception to all the rules. It is completely wrong for a hired blade to have any kind of personal affection for a client. But I do. Whatever lies ahead, I will never regret going on that dragon hunting mission with you.
Even though the mission went a little awry, and we let the dragon get away the first time.
Surprised to hear such words from an assassin, Commander.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Nicolas Cage.
In that case, let this story become a good memory of how we cheated death itself. This is my line of work.
Forwards? No, backwards.
His mannerisms, even the voice sounds a lot like Nicolas Cage.
Trail. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
I want to take a quick peek around town to see if there's any other Trickster stuff I had missed, but at a quick glance, it doesn't seem to be the case. So, let's rest up and head to Aurilo's laboratory. I don't think there's any more combat there.
Why are my boots wet and slimy? They were dry when I left them here a moment ago, and oddly enough, I prefer them that way.
I conducted an experiment. Did you know that footwear is completely unusable as a foodstuff, even footwear made from high-quality leather?
That's not really true. You can eat leather shoes. It's happened several times throughout history, like in Jamestown, when they were starving to death.
This way.
You look sad. I like the Abyss. One of my favorite parts of the game. That is a lot to take in because it's not split up between a bunch of different areas like the rest of the game is on the map. But if you played other CRPGs like Baldur's Gate or Deadfire, like Nekataka and Deadfire, Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate, or Athkatla and Baldur's Gate 2, just a big city with a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, it is a lot of stuff to do in that city. I quite enjoyed it because the Outcat games don't usually have like interactive cities like that. Like Dresden, for instance, there's not a lot to do. You run around and talk to people, and that's really it. So, it was a nice change of pace. The first game, Kingmaker, also, you had the capital, but again, nothing to do besides run around and talk to people. And loot the first time you went through it. If you got to a dragon, you still made it pretty far into the game. Depending on which dragon it was. What order do they have these guys in? It was Darren and then like that. I like Kingmaker. I like the more stereotypical fantasy adventure. Alright, to the laboratory. As we teleport, I'm going to. Yeah, in many ways I like Kingmaker more than Wrath of the Righteous. Mechanically, Wrath of the Righteous is better in just about every way, but I like the campaign of Kingmaker, I think,
I'll cut you wide open.
a little more.
The attack commence.
I will resist.
Cover me, all right?
Retreat is not an option. Kneel before me.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, that is the case with some games. There's some games I don't have a lot of fun playing, but I do enjoy watching myself. so I understand. Alright, we should be able to teleport. Oh, that's not really any closer, is it? Yeah, there's no reason to teleport. Oh, away we go. I made a pretty respectable stealth with Woljev.
Save the last one for me.
This one's mine. Out of my sight!
The spirits demand your blood!
This spell's fall high. No, really.
Greeting!
He's talking a big game on story mode. No, I mean, even on story mode, some of the fights can probably be difficult. I've only ever played on challenging or core. Depending on which Pathfinder game we're talking about. What are these guys doing here? I'll figure it out in a second. I think it's just the marksman here. Wait, what does I buy? Oh, these guys. Whoops. Way too many armies. Floating around too. Alright. We need... that. That's them. That's where I said soon as that. Realize some army upkeep that I really just don't need to do at this point, but they're there, may as well do something with them, right? Alright, where is Gaunther at? Gaunther? All the way down there. I should probably send Gaunther back to intercept these guys. That'll save me some hassle in the next turn. $39 plus 46.
Pearls of wisdom from Brother Woljev. When you eat in a tavern, you don't have to pay. Just make sure to sit close to the door.
Okay, I remember the steps for this part. We have the key that we need. Didn't remember where it goes. There's one door we couldn't access yet. But I'm getting the layout mixed up with the Midnight Fane. We'll figure it out. Again, I'm pretty sure there's no combat, so we don't have to spend time buffing. I could be wrong, and we could get murked when we walk in here. But we'll see. Makes it a little bit more exciting, right? Was this door? Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't 100%. Interesting, it's locked.
Wherever my legs carry me.
That's right. Where's Camilla at? It might be up on the other floor. There's a door. I thought it was like... Yeah. Let's go back up top.
The voice of the
Road calls
spirits.
me. I'll take the bait.
I've only played the 2 so far. I've done Legend and Trickster. I anticipate Lich or Angel will probably be my favorite, so I'm saving those for the last 2 runs that I do. I'm going to play through as all the Mythic Paths. After Trickster, because I'm playing them in the order that I think will be my least favorite, 2 favorite.
Forward.
And so after Trickster, Gold Dragon is next. That's why I'm streaming it instead of doing Let's Plays, because if I tried to do a Let's Play for every Mythic Path, I'd never finish. It'd take like 10 years. So, I'm streaming all... I'll probably do a Let's Play of the Angel Mythic Path at the very end. Took the wrong door. I was talking and got distracted. Oh wait, isn't it? It is over here. So wasn't there something we can insert the key into?
We move? We shall move.
And that way all the DLC will hopefully be out, and so I can do like one big, complete run on the Angel Mythic Path. That's another reason I don't want to commit to a full Let's Play, because all the DLC haven't been released yet. For the next one I want to showcase everything. Yeah, it's looking...
Trail me.
Remember there being a door locked, but we opened it up last time. The projector is... here somewhere. There it is. Did I not watch any of these last time?
Well, well. It seems that someone has been meddling with my projector without permission. Again. How many times have I told you not to do that, I made this recording for the sole purpose of telling you that when I return, I shall be very, very angry.
So I think I like Kingmaker's campaign more. I like the more stereotypical campaign. It's almost comforting to play through, right? I enjoy Wrath of the Righteous campaign, but it's definitely... you don't get a break. Like it's constantly pedal to the metal. Because you're in a war, and it makes sense. You get thrust into the war right away. Mechanically, Wrath of the Righteous is better. Just about every way. Like, they really improved just a lot of aspects of the game. They added more to it. The Mythic Paths also add a lot to it, though I'd also be okay if they weren't in the game. That's why I like Kingmaker. I feel like it's going to be hard going forward, because I know a lot of people really like the Mythic Paths. And I feel like if they ever make another Pathfinder game that doesn't have it as part of the adventure path, people are going to be disappointed. Like, introducing Mythic Paths into the game is like really the peak. And I feel like they may have crescendoed a little too soon. Yeah, I do really enjoy Kingmaker, and I want to do another playthrough because I did 3 playthroughs of Kingmaker. The last one was with the intention of getting the secret ending, and I messed up somehow. I don't know what I did wrong. So I do want to try for that one more time. And also go back and try and play Kingmaker after playing Wrath of the Righteous and see how it holds up after actually having played both games.
Day 20, Farast 4606. Experiment, the suture. Subject, former Arachne subjected to extreme exposure when passing through the world wound. As a result of this exposure, the demon was reborn as a dretch, a unique event in demonology. The reborn demon also acquired serious malformations, which did not respond to standard treatment methods. Objective: to assess the threat to other demons to stabilize passage through the world wound. The survival of the subject is also desirable for the purposes of further observation.
It probably worked out for the best. That playthrough was my Fearbarian, which was a Barbarian dipped Thug dipped Vivisectionist. So 1 level of Thug, 1 level of Vivisectionist, and then I think 18 Barbarian. And it was an Intimidate build, and it worked fantastically. I think I feared every single boss in the game, except for maybe Mordecai, because he was immune to fear. Even the Lantern King, I procced a Cornigan Smash on him, and he ran for the hills.
Day 28, Calastril 4606. Experiment, transformation. Subject, Arilu Vorlesh. Human female with a clear affinity for arcane magic. Objective, to fuse a mortal soul with the essence of the abyss. Predicted result, the formation of a full-fledged half-demon on the basis of a mortal being. Potential risks, unknown. The death of the subject is extremely likely. I will continue to monitor the experiment for as long as I can.
That's a really tough question to answer, because nostalgia also plays a huge role in the ranking of games. If I were to try to remove nostalgia, I'd probably put the Outcat games at the very top. Because they're so ambitious, they have so much going on, they're such massive games. And I don't think any other CRPG has as much replay value as Wrath of the Righteous does, just from the Mythic Paths. It gives you 10 full playthroughs that are going to be very different from one another. But nostalgia-wise, I'd probably say Knights of the Republic is my personal favorite game. Then Baldur's Gate, like the entire saga, is just fantastic. So, it's a tough call. And Disco Elysium, special shout out to that game. It's also a brilliant game. And of course, there's a lot of CRPGs I haven't played yet. Either on the channel or personally, so. Yeah, when I first jumped into Pathfinder Kingmaker, I was not familiar with the rule set either. Once I realized it was basically D&D 3E, I was like, okay, well, I know some of that. I never played the tabletop before, but I had the gist of it down. Yep, I played Disco Elysium. That was, I think, a couple years ago. It was when the final cut came out with all the voice acting. And those are all great games, like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Landscape Torment. Can't go wrong. Like all their old school CRPGs are still hold up today. Yeah, I played most of them before I started the channel. I think were there any of the old ones, like the original, that I didn't play? I don't think I played Neverwinter Nights 2. Oh, absolutely. And I didn't find the combat too bad. You go mage, and once you get all the high-end spells that have the cinematics, it's pretty fun. Okay, so this you have to follow.
Fine.
Basically, go forward 3, right? So it's like.
You sure it's safe?
Did I do that right? Was this the right side that you had to do that little puzzle with?
I can do this. Maybe.
I don't think I solved the puzzle last time I was here. I think I brute forced it, like teleported everybody up here at Dimension Door or something. Or I tried that. I don't remember. There's something like that. Newest to oldest. Go ahead and copy these down. Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably the case with a lot of these games. Because a lot of consoles already struggle with PC ports and the delay between updates and everything, then Nintendo is even further behind than Xbox and PlayStation. I think you'd enjoy that. It's not a party-based game. I mean, you do get companions, but it's mostly a single player, just your main character, usually just like the one companion. Yeah, it's actually still fairly active.
You're right behind me.
Neverwinter modules and stuff are still pretty popular.
The struggles never cease.
A person can be in possession of the greatest treasure and never understand its worth. A person can live the happiest days of their life and not know that it will come to an end.
Yeah, I played through part of it.
This way.
I did the new companion quest and everything. Alright, so here we have to do things in the right order, right? Wait, only click on the crypt?
Oh, me?
Alright, so to click on things in the right order. I thought there was a note somewhere that...
I will prove my worth.
I'm trusting you.
Oh, I'm stoked for the Warhammer game. So I've been heavily invested in the Warhammer lore for like over 20 years.
I will follow my dreams.
Completely by accident as well. It's kind of funny how I stumbled backwards into it. And you know, huge fan of CRPGs. Like the Rogue Trader game is like the perfect game for me. Super excited about it. Alright, so this, maybe the paper first, the drawing of the ram lizard. And then the teaching, which was this over here, right? That eating? That looks like teaching there. Oh, it's the items. I'll have magical formula. Reads for the summoning and old map. I know there's a specific order you have to do this in. So we clicked on the crib, that's the start. Oh, maybe I should have done the play next. The rocking horse. I have not, but I am familiar with them, and I own all of them. All of the Spiderweb games. I have watched some gameplay of, like, Geneforge back in the day. They do good work. I take that back. I've played a little bit of their games, not Avernum specifically. It was Geneforge and... what's the other one? There's Avernum, and then there's a third one. Not Queen's Wish, that's the newest one. Bolt Gun? Matthew? Avedon, that's right, I played a little bit of Avedon. The two A's always throw me off, I always forget one or the other. I've played a little bit of Arcanum. I've never beaten it. So there's a puzzle here. I don't remember. Man, I definitely messed it up. I'm gonna reload. Yeah, I like all of Troika's games. Unfortunately, they only did the 3. But they did good work. Alright, so we clicked on the crib. Let's try this.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
So that takes us forward, but there should be gloves here. I think you found them in the crib, don't you?
Wherever my legs carry me.
I thought it was in the order of the life, right? So you want to do...
You called?
The items aren't up, so did I... These didn't pop up the first time, did they? Look at the hint again. The cradle. The drawing. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's just the 3 that you need to click on. Just want to make sure. I had in my head that you had to click on all of them, but it's just the 3 that are. One of them's not really in the hint, but you know they have to start as a baby. They went from drawing to learning. Yeah, I like the Age of Wonders games. I haven't played. Which one did I play? I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, but I do want to play the 4th one. Don't know when I'll get to it. I might at least wait until all the DLC come out, because it's definitely one of those games that's going to have a lot of DLC. So. It'll be a little bit. Embroidered gloves. These braces grant the wearer a +3 luck bonus to armor class, and a +3 luck bonus on reflex, will, and fortitude saving throws. That is pretty solid. That's also really solid. Crap, where do you get these? These are the ones given to you by, Darren, right? I definitely want somebody to have these. But these are just so good. That's really good too. I'm not gonna do away with that.
This way.
Yeah, I've had an itch to play a 4X
Wherever my
game
legs carry me.
recently. I was thinking about playing Humankind again, because it's had a lot of updates since I last played it.
Forwards! No, backwards.
I feel like I've gotten
Backwards!
better at it. So not do a good showing of the game the first time, because it's been a long time since I played a 4X game. Which is a shame, because I used to play them all the time.
When planting a seedling, give it soil, space, and moisture. Nothing can grow in cramped captivity.
I hope your move goes smoothly, man. I'm hoping I never have to move again, because I hate moving with a passion. I was in the military, and so I moved quite a bit. And I'm so used to having just, like, the essentials for when I moved, and now I have a family and a house and everything. So last time I moved, it was a lot.
What's in wait for me
And
there?
I hate it. Hate it so much. I used to have 3 bags. I guess, well, maybe 4. A couple boxes. Now there's furniture and... Well, I guess that's a little disingenuous. I did have a couch in the barracks, which I wasn't supposed to have. And,
This way.
we had to chuck it in the dumpster for our second deployment. Couldn't stay in the barracks.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Hey, what branch were you in, man? Only did my 5 years and got out. I had to pursue schooling. Well, awesome, man. Hope you enjoy retirement. I was in the Marine Corps as an avionics technician on the MV-22 Osprey. Oh, there was a fight.
And we
I will resist!
That's just a Baylor. It's not a big deal. It's not even a... what, the Ravenous Baylor? Whatever it is. The upgraded version.
rules are made to be broken.
So, I'm assuming that the projector was showing us, obviously, what happened before. And I guess the summoning ritual was just so potent that it transcended, like, the visual medium, and it still summoned a Baylor a second time. That's a pretty cool interpretation.
Forwards? No, backwards, backwards!
Questions, questions. What is to be done with vanquished foes? What is to be done with treacherous friends? I know the answers to these and to many more questions.
Trail me. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Well, I can say that I've met plenty of dumb Marines. Guess it's one of the drawbacks actually being in the branch. There's some dummies there. Some really smart guys as well, especially in the MOS that I was in. Some real bright folks. Yeah, I think option 2 is probably the more trickstery way to go. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you got lucky. Oh.
This way. Wherever my legs carry me.
I didn't have a lot of interactions with Army folks. I interact with Navy a lot, of course. And a fair bit of Air Force as well. I say that, my father-in-law was in the Army for 20 some odd years. Yeah, we'll let him go. Or be silent ghost. That sounds a little bit more trickstery as well, right? I had a guy in my schoolhouse. Actually ended up going to the same squadron as him.
Backwards!
So one of the big no-nos, because we had to have a secret clearance and everything, we had to make sure we're like financially secure at all times, because if you're not, you can lose your security clearance. And so it's like, oh, if you're gonna make any big purchases, like a vehicle, you have to talk to the people in the schoolhouse, the NCOs and up. And he did, and he went and bought a truck. I think it was like a 17% interest rate from the used car dealership directly across from base. So that was a good time for everybody, because then everybody lost their driving privileges. I was one of the 2 people actually allowed to drive in the class.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Yeah, well, it's because we're supposed to be, policing each other, and somebody wouldn't let him buy a vehicle, but no one's keeping track of him after, class hours. They went and did it on his own, and, I mean, we had no control over it. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it was a little silly. One of the many reasons that I got out. I had a roommate for the longest time before I got married, who was just disgusting. He didn't shower, he didn't clean his room, but luckily I was stationed in San Diego. A lot of the barracks in San Diego, it's 2 per room, but the rooms are separated into 2 rooms, and then a common area, and a bathroom. So I didn't actually live directly with him, thankfully, because his room would have been that way. But of course, for a while, when he failed field day, I would also fail field day. And it was infuriating, because I kept all my stuff pristine, and then, because I didn't want to get in trouble, he was just so, oh man, it was awful. And then it turned out he was dirtying up the common area and like the bathroom after I left for work. We were in the same squadron as well, the same shop on top of that. And he would do all this after I left, and we'd fail. But luckily it eventually came to light, so he would fail personally, and then like if everything else was good, I passed. But it took them a little while to understand that.
There are questions that are better left unasked. There are memories that ought to rouse a storm in your soul. But instead, you look into them and see nothing but emptiness. Unknowing is the worst punishment. Knowing, on the other hand, knowing is eternal, unabated pain.
Yeah, I could rant about that guy for a long time. He put a huge dent into my early career. Alright, well, take care, man, and good luck with the move if I don't hear from you before then.
Spare me from listening to eggheads and their problems. A fist to the face, that's pain. As for knowledge, I wish I could have nothing but pain from knowledge for the rest of my life.
We will get you one day, betrayer of humanity. Then you'll learn what true punishment and pain are.
Hello.
Oh, Dragon Mythic Path option.
Yes, I did. But I did not drag you here by force. I have never done that. I could give you a hint, prompt you, but never force you. You asked me a question, and I answered. Now answer mine. When you were there, standing near the crib inside my ruined home, what did you feel?
Nothing in particular.
So be it. So be it. I am where everything began. Threshold. Do not worry, I will not flee when you come here, not again. You will come, won't you? One of us must burn, so that the other may live and the wound may be eliminated. I have another question for you. The hunter from Threshold. His ghost was imprisoned here. Why did you do what you did to him? I see. It was not I who killed him, made him a ghost, and imprisoned him here. He took his own life, and his guilty conscience did the rest. And yet he asked you for forgiveness. That is odd. It makes no sense. Pity? Me? I did not throw the country that betrayed me into the demon's maw in order to be pitied. I did not do it even for revenge. I simply made a promise. Indeed, I was the fearsome witch Threshold's hunters were after. I began studying rifts and soul-changing forces long before they knocked on my door. I had no intention of applying such knowledge at the time, but some temptations are nigh onto impossible to resist. And one more thing I'd like to ask you. Why did you do what you did to that little traitor, Opon? He stabbed me in the back, but I didn't punish him for that, oh no. He was punished for lacking the courage to fight for his own freedom, and for choosing to grovel before his executioners. Now he is an eternal prisoner. What could be more appropriate? It is so odd to realize that I once cared about so many things. That ideas like justice and revenge used to mean something. Farewell then. Threshold awaits.
Aw, man. So I get an option to smash the projector after that.
This way.
Blade of the Sun looks like an awesome spell. I assume we get that on the Angel Mythic path, maybe? Heck, it might even be like a cleric spell or something. And they're Inquisitors, right? So maybe it's an Inquisitor ability? Alright, let's send some folks to their armies. And then we'll march for Threshold and... Oh, she has room for another one. Well, I guess welcome to the Cavaliers. Oh, I need to split them up. There was another armory we had to combine. Guess not. Okay. Well, let's send Gonther's guys. Oh, we can't. He's out of movement. Where'd that army go? Wasn't there a... There it is. We're in the way anyway. Alright, let's enter Dresden, rest up, and make for Threshold. She was trying to bring her son back. And so she's trying to pull her son's soul from the abyss. And that's why both of us are tied to it, because a part of her son's soul is in the main character, and will remain so long as the World War stays open. Unless, of course, I'm misunderstanding something. Did I not rest up?
Sela, my dear, won't you tell me again how sinful and morally bankrupt my lifestyle is, and how I must see the error of my ways? Your lectures always send me straight to sleep.
Yeah, right. Today, your path to repentance is silent prayer and self-reflection.
So far, I mean, I've listened to all the Mythic Path themes. I think Legend is my favorite out of all of them, and then it's probably Angel after that. I'm a sucker for the standard like high fantasy, bombastic themes. Yeah, her promise was to bring her son back. Or not to let anything happen to her son. Oh, I teleported to the wrong thing. Shoot. Oh yeah, Aeon's also another fantastic one. It's also one of the playthroughs I'm really excited about. Aeon, Lich, and Angel I think are my top 3 ones I'm looking forward to. And it's because her son's soul went to the Abyss, that's why it's specifically the World Wound ties to the Abyss and not another plane. Another teleport. Nope, that's still as close as I can get, isn't it? Okay. I may as well use this as well. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go for the secret ending in one of my runs. I don't know if I'll save it for my final run. It'd probably be the most fitting. But I also think I might do it for a couple runs. So I think Lich would also be fitting for the secret ending.
Cover me, all right?
Yeah. Well, Kingmaker's isn't too bad, really. You just gotta do the appropriate research, flirt with Nerissa, and get the true Briar, which is the hardest part of it. That's why I don't know what I did wrong when I tried to go for it. I think either one of the researches didn't count, or I didn't get the full 13 that you need. Alright, double check the quest log, and we're just about done. Storyteller shows up in Threshold, so I don't need to worry about that. I talk to him there if I need to. But we didn't find all the Elven notes anyway. There's one that I missed. Because the dragon burned it. We can check the Crusade. It's possible that I missed that one too, but probably not. I usually have a pretty good spread of skills. That should have been the case. Especially with Octavia in the party. Yeah, I mean, obviously treat it. You know what? We'll extract the poison. Not that it matters at this point. It's okay. It's a nice change of pace, and, you know, I like taking breaks from exploring and reading everything to just mow down some demons. Plus, they've, I don't know if you've played since they added the pursue mechanic. So now if your army is 2 levels higher than the demon army, they'll run away. And if you click let them flee, it automatically wins the battle. You get the rewards for it. So you don't have to play out every battle. I think that's a fantastic adjustment. That way you don't have to put it on auto if you don't want to play it. You can just build up your army, run down the demon armies, and not miss out on the quests and the rewards.
But why did your dear papa conceal you from society for so long, Lady Camellia? It's an outrage.
Isn't it obvious, Count? He was protecting me from the likes of you. My father has always been wary of little boys who climb into other people's gardens.
Yeah, I do enjoy the writing and how they have some dialogue back and forth. Okay. I'm actually going to wrap it up here. Stream's a little shorter than usual, but we'll save Threshold for the next stream. We'll wrap up the playthrough and see the Trickster ending. Pretty exciting stuff. This will be the second playthrough done out of 10. So, be a pretty good time for the for this one. It's going to be, what, 67 episodes? Not too shabby. Either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Next time, the final push.